Yeah. Come on. Welcome.
Good, I guess afternoon, early evening, night. I don't even know what it is. It's that time of day, I guess. Dinner time. My wife made some nice panko chicken. It's fabulous. I had one of the chicken breasts before I came on the air. Little snackaroony. It was tasty. It was tasty. Um, so welcome on in. We're ever going to pop in today. We'll see how it goes. Maybe some people show up. Maybe they won't. See how long the show goes. You can find me on Twitter, Mr. Sean Higgs. YouTube, Sean Higgs, YouTube channel. I'm going to post, again, I had these up the other day, a bunch of player props. I give you my favorite ones. I'm also going to post them on the Sean Higgs YouTube. They'll be in the, I guess it's like the community section, not comments under the video, but if you go to where it says community, there's like comments there. So, well, props coming up. So, there's that. Anyway, let's see what is going on here today. And hit the like button. There you go. EQ's in house. And we got a visitor. You know him. You love him. You adore him. Joe Adele superfan. There he is. Our guy, Anthony. Pounded Sports. You see him come in. He trolls a little bit. He has some fun.
Oh, that's all content. I just got.
He's on Twitter. I know. Come on, we know each other. He's on the Twitter world as well. You can find him there. And sometimes we do a show with Tooch on Friday nights. Yesterday, Badass under the weather, still has a little bit of a cough, but yeah, Super Bowl stuff. What do you got going on? You got any special props you like? Hit them with it. We're just gonna fire away, and away we go.
All right. Well, I mean, it's all just a bunch of us. Only 17 of us, right, Sean?
That's it. Well, actually, there's a little less right now. So
okay. Well, there will be.
They come. Well, once they see, like, I just realized I had it set for tomorrow at 5 o'clock. It's there, 6 o'clock rather. Instead of I switched it earlier today, but whatever. People see it. Maybe they'll pop in. They're not used to seeing a random 6 o'clock live show. So we'll get some
degenerates only on a Saturday night, man.
Exactly. So, like, when I do look headlines on Friday, Saturday nights, I'm shocked that there's anybody home on a midnight because, like, I mean, especially because it's like younger guys. I feel like the comment section is all younger crew than old guys like me.
Yeah. So props wise, I'm just gonna. I mean, I'll give you everything. I put 500 on the Chiefs money line. We know that. I went 500 on your prop. Mahomes over 4.5 rushing attempts. I'm sorry. I don't care what prop out of what 1,000 props. I think that is the best prop out of all of them by far.
Yeah.
Just for the fact that they can take a knee.
Yep.
I love MVS. There's 2 props in that. The total receiving over 19.5 and the longest reception over 14.5. And that's basically one pass. You cash 2 tickets.
The thing with the Mahomes is they got a lead. Boom. You got 2 kneel downs at the end. He's going to take off. 4.5. He had 5, 6, and 6 the other Super Bowls. Why wouldn't you take off at least? It goes right. You might have this in the first half. You could have this on one drive. You could have 2 of these on one drive. He could just break away.
Especially with the Niners' weakness on defense against the run. So, I mean, if there's nothing there, I mean, who is he throwing to? Kelsey and Rice. You'll get probably 1 pass out of Gray, 1 pass out of Watson. I mean, everything. And then he's just going to scramble. And I also like Rashee Rice under 67.5 yards receiving. This is the most yardage by far. I think the biggest was like 57 or 58. Why is his prop 67.5 yards receiving? They think he's going to get that big of a volume? I don't think so.
I saw
don't think so.
Something. I don't know where I saw it on Sunday. Let me see if I can find it. It was a breakdown of their how they've been during their games, as opposed to what the like DraftKings odds are. And he was one where he was kind of trending up, but then
Yeah.
up, down. And I like. Let me see if I can find it in my little comments here for receiving yards. I don't know. Sometimes I wrote them down. I don't know if they're all added because I figure I'm just going to talk about them. I don't even have it in here. I have it on a piece of paper. But Watson over 16.5 yards. I know Gray over 12.5. I know Gray kind of gets a lot of looks like, oh, they're not going to be running those kind of sets and this and that. Someone, Scanlon might get a couple looks, but he only gets one or two. His is what, 14.5 yards? I know I had that in the.
It's longest reception, and then total yards is 19.5. But he's behind the safeties, so I mean, that's already 20 yards downfield.
I gotta add it. He was 20 yards minus 115. He catches a random pass. I like Watson. Right, 16.5. He can't catch that on a bubble screen, like one slant pattern. I mean, how 2 catches you should get there. Like Kelce, and I do have the Kelce ladder. I have. I mean,
you have to. You have to.
If you think it's going to play out like everybody thinks it's going to play out with Kansas City rolling off into the sunset, this guy's going to have a monster game. His catches at 10 plus is plus 225, 11 plus is 346, and then the yardage. But this is where, like, his over, what is it, 71 for him? Something and then he's getting into the 80s, 90s, 100s. It all goes up. I don't know. Last time I saw this guy in the playoffs, he's catching 10 passes every game.
He's the heart and soul of the offense.
So you're basically telling me that a guy can't have 16 yards or 11 yards or 12 yards. So he's going to catch 15 passes and no one else and somebody else is going to catch 5, the rest of the team. I don't see that because his base number is 71.
Yeah. And
I see here 74 on one spot. I mean, I think that's low. Maybe I'm the square guy. That doesn't look, I mean, to me,
that's been his prop between 70 and 80 all season. To me, why is it 71 versus a defense that's really not that great against the tight end in general?
I understand season numbers. The playoffs are a different ball of wax.
He went over that in the first half last week.
Right. I mean, like, he's his prime. Because I know I've said it all season long for Kansas City. I like the defense, and the offense is, a little bit, it's a little bit to be desired.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't trust his receivers. And Scanlon, I mean, we joked in the Buffalo game, like, never in doubt he caught that 30-yarder on 4th down. Like, hey, yeah, 4th and 5, we're going to go for it and throw a 30-yard pass. He doesn't trust him. He doesn't trust Sky Moore. Darius Toney doesn't play. I mean, they don't whip it out of the backfield to Hilaire or Pacheco all that much. Like, so here you go. 11 catches versus Baltimore. He had 5 versus Buffalo, 7 versus Miami. I mean, 71, 75, 116. I don't know. I feel that for them to win this game, he's going to need more than 75 yards to get it done. People are writing off the Niners. I can't write off the Niners after a couple. And not that I play like this kind of game, but people do. Like, well, they lost to so-and-so. They can't be that good. Well, Kansas City lost to Green Bay and Detroit, who San Francisco just beat in the playoffs. So maybe they're good teams. I don't know. Maybe you got a team in a rainstorm and you didn't play too well. And then for whatever reason, you got down bad versus Detroit, and you still almost covered 10 points. You still almost covered 10 points versus that team.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Again, am I going to do the Kelce ladder myself? I don't. This is just, again, folks, I'm going to post up some props here for myself. I'll tell you the ones I got, and I mentioned some yesterday with Ross and Jesse. The both teams make a field goal over 33 plus yards. The 4th down conversions for both teams here, and this is a FanDuel prop. Both of them plus 310. These are my favorite ones. They are successful 2-point conversion,
100%.
3-1. I feel that's a good value. Someone will go for that, I think.
Even successful 2-point conversion.
What did I say? Successful 3-point.
Oh no, you said 4th down conversion. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah. But a successful 2-point conversion is 3-1 odds.
Yeah.
which it'd be worth a shot. Maybe someone will go for it. You never know. It's
Hey, someone misses an extra point, they gotta go
I,
for that 2-point conversion.
I know there's guys who like, well, I'm going to lay like a 160. Like I know Juszczyk. I can't even pronounce the guy's name.
It's oh my god, I was
Kyle Juszczyk.
no, you're not even close.
Juszczyk, isn't it? Juszczyk?
No, it's use.
Well, we know who the guy is.
Yeah, I can't
Anyway,
think of my god. I know it too.
His over half a reception is like minus like 160, 170. And I think he'll catch a pass. I just can't lay, that's just me. That's just because I do a free pick show and I don't want to come in and lay heavy wood like that.
I kind of want to take the under just for the hell of it because it's minus 160. I think it's a sucker bet at this point.
It opened at 110. It just got steamed all the way up. His receiving yards are actually 3.5 receiving yards. I think he could catch a ball or run it in or something. Like his anytime touchdowns 9-1.
Yep.
Here's my field goal prop here. So again, FanDuel. This was a FanDuel. Both teams field goals 128. A punt touchback. I know it's all about fair catches now, and teams don't punt. Right, they're going to go for it at the 50. How many times have we seen a guy like kind of run up to like the 10-yard line, fake the fair catch, the ball bounces and goes into? I mean,
but this
again,
is also
money.
The Super Bowl. They're not going to be going for it.
I don't think they're going to be taking a fair catch on the 2.
No.
As much as I don't know if they're going to just load up and go for it from the 48-yard line.
It's another good one? A touchback on the opening kickoff. I don't know what the odds are on that one, but that's more than likely than anything.
Yeah. You know what? I don't even know what that is. I didn't look at that one. I'm some of these, you look at the ones I have here. Here's the over rushing attempts. Obviously, I like that 4.5.
That's my best. That's my favorite play of the whole day.
Again, if you're looking at something outside the box, like again, as much as I sort of think this game goes over, I could see this game being 20-13 as well.
I wouldn't go that.
Why?
I say under. I'm on the. I think I haven't bet it, but I do lean the under for sure. But I think that number is just so razor sharp. They just want you to take the over.
I feel I'm always an under guy anyway.
Yeah, and you've been cashing those unders. Everybody's on the over. You take the under and it cashes.
I had the over against Baltimore in the Kansas City game, and that failed miserably. But that was also I was expecting Baltimore to say, "Oh, I know we went 14-4, whatever the heck we did this year, and had a great offensive season and had the MVP. But let's change our game plan after the first quarter and never run the ball again and use an offense that was good." So I do lean over, but I could see an over here. I could see this being I
could see it.
38-34 kind of wild game.
I think it comes down to how many points does Kansas City open up the game with? Because I think it's going to be the Niners trying to catch the Chiefs, and they possibly could at the end of the game. But I think the Chiefs set the tempo on how this game goes.
Well, it all depends on the rush game. And Shanahan, he's going to run the ball. He didn't quit. They were down 27-4 or 27-4, 24-7, whatever it was. He's going to run the ball. I don't think he's going to say, "Oh, you know what? We're not going to run the ball with CMC today. Let's switch things up. It's all going to be about our wide receivers and tight ends." And he's going to do his thing. So,
here's the props.
The Chiefs do not want to get into a track meet here. I think San Francisco, that'll play right into their hands. We saw San Francisco put up points this year.
There's a couple props. Number one, over 23.5 first half. I can easily see a 14-10 first half. Easily. That's 20 points. Also, Chiefs over 10.5 first half team total. To me, with that defense, the Niners, the way they started the season, that defense was awesome, amazing. But as the season went on, they got a safety went out for the season, a linebacker went out for the season, a cornerback went out for the season. They're still good defense, but they don't have those key guys that you don't hear about. And that's why their defense is very vulnerable. As in the Chiefs, the reason that Chiefs defense is so dominant is because they stayed healthy all year, and they're still healthy. So it comes down to if the Chiefs get the ball right out of the gate, I'd really be surprised if they don't score on the opening drive. At least a field goal.
That's where they're the best. Where they should be at their best. They have their game plan or scripted plays. We're going to do this, and this. The first couple drives should be your best of the game. Catch the other team off guard. Maybe that's where you see a trick play or something. And again, the Niners defense has looked a little susceptible, giving up points to Lions, Packers. I mean, I had the Ravens over them in that Monday night game as a. Um, Actually, no. I did. I have the Ravens that game or no? I think yeah. I'm sorry.
You had the Ravens.
That was just a spot for them.
It was a good spot, and
the week before I didn't have the Ravens. I said, you know what, this is a spot where they might be a little flat. I think it was against Jacksonville the week before that they played them. I said back-to-back road games. I said that the Niner game is going to be the big one there.
When you bet the Ravens, I was on the Ravens with you, but I waited to the Sunday, and because of all that money, and then we saw the jinx was quote unquote nuking the Ravens. I was like, I'm taking the Chiefs, and I was like, wow, never in doubt. So
the jinx.
I believe in a mush. I'm extremely superstitious. Extremely. If you don't know me by now, I am extremely superstitious. Like, I won't send you my plays in the morning. If I do, I automatically have a losing card. Automatically. It's really crazy. I just have a lot of stupid things.
We have a Butker over 1.5 field goals. I don't hate this.
No, both field goal kickers over 1.5. It's not a bad play. I just personally, I wouldn't take the minus 135. I don't think there's enough value in that.
If you think it's going to be like an under game, you're gonna run to this. You're gonna say, you know what, guys are gonna kick field goals and they're gonna take points and make it a position game. I don't know. I still, part of me feels like the Niners are not getting any respect. Or could come out here and put up points. Kansas City defense can give up some points. You know, I mean, I had to say, I didn't think they would get past Buffalo. I was on Buffalo, and I know it's like, oh, Mahomes is an underdog. You got to take him. He's 9-1 now or 10-1, whatever his record is. I felt, you know what? Bills are playing as good as anybody in football right now. They had their chance to get, and let's be honest, the Bills had beaten Kansas City. They didn't beat them in the championship, in the playoffs, but they beat them in a regular season in Kansas City. So now here's your chance. You're home. Get your revenge. Get ready to go to the next round. You know, you beat that game, and I'll tell you what, I was already betting them against Baltimore the next week. I felt like they were just the stars were lining up on Baltimore, or excuse me, on the Bills. The next week, though, I'm like, I can't do Kansas City. As much as Buffalo got lucky with a ball out of the end zone, Kansas City's going in, drop pass, miss field goal. They were still a couple plays at the end there, and that's a Buffalo win and not a missed field goal for overtime loser.
100%.
So and again, Kansas City, their body work this season was not all that great. I mean, yeah, they had a better record on the road than at home, but you know, I saw Baltimore going and destroy a Niner team at the time who was by far the best in football. Forget about what we saw the last 2 weeks in the playoffs where them give up some points. Up to that point, you didn't think anybody was giving them. I mean, the line was 5.5. It was crazy. It was crazy.
I locked it in at once I saw 4.5. I was like, I can't pass up on the Chiefs. That means the Chiefs have to lose by a touchdown, and I was like, I can't pass that up.
We got a guest, Dan. I don't know if you know. I don't know if you know him. You know Dave? Picks from Dave.
Yeah. Whoa.
Dan.
How you doing, man?
How you doing, buddy?
Picks from Dave does Nerd Talk a couple days a week. He does a lot of stuff with Pub Sports. I just started hanging out with him in the channels. I guess around the start of football season from the Earls.
Yeah. We I mean, this community is actually pretty small, and it's big, but the legit guys are small. So we found a legit guy, and
you guys, you guys got a lot of common because you both love the Book It guy. You're both huge fans.
I like that. Nice try.
Yeah. Dave's like me, and he loses his mind with that guy.
Oh, I can't. I can with him. I can with him. You know, I don't want to talk bad about anyone, but there's going to be a day where he runs into the wrong guy because of how much he lost on that specific team. There's going to be a day, and he's going to run into the wrong guy, and it's not going to be pretty.
It's crazy.
In this world with these days, I would hate to be him right now.
Right. I don't want to give him any publicity. When I see his dumb face on the TV and that new commercial, but John loves to bring him up. He loves to poke the bear.
I'm sorry because it's just so whatever. I had to yesterday because he had what his props were, so I had to throw them out there.
Yeah, I just call him the Mush. I don't even use his name. Yeah, I just call him the Mush. He's a bigger mush than the mush from the Bronx Tale. Bigger mush.
I had to bring up his little props for the one. Do you know what his props are, Ant? Did you see him?
You told me him, didn't you?
Yeah, I told you. I didn't
Okay.
tell Ant.
No, I just know he's on the Niners tomorrow. That's all.
Over Mahomes, 26.5 yards rushing.
Oh, fuck.
Over 71.5 yards receiving for Kelsey.
Oh, so basically all the square plays.
Less than 65.5 yards for Ayuk, and over CMC 1.5 yard touchdowns.
Those are as square as it gets, except for
I don't understand because I don't do prize picks, so I don't understand how it works. Somehow he's risking 67,000 to win $1 million.
You know how he's got he's making prize picks more money than God. So prize picks has this $1 million trial, whatever, for all the people that are what's it called? What's that called when you work for
Affiliates.
Affiliate. So anyone that does an affiliate, they could do an entry, and if you win your entree or the best entry or whatever, you win $1 million. I don't know all the details, to be honest, which I don't do prize picks because their lines are way off compared to some of these sports books. Mostly on higher. So if you're looking to do unders, it's really good. But if you're looking to do overs, it's not worth it.
Dave, what do you got? You got any good props to share? I know you're going to jump on with our buddy Mike.
Yeah,
POD.
I do.
Jesse's,
I have 5
Jesse's
bets.
best friend.
Yeah. I have 5 bets in the game, and none of them are a side.
All props?
Except for a team total. I'm a Niners fan, by the way, Tony. And Tony is an Anthony Tony.
Anthony, it's cool.
Okay, Anthony. But I can't get behind either way. And this isn't me hanging on and saying I think the Niners can't win.
It's a coin flip, man. It's a coin flip.
It really is.
It really is.
And you have a team that's streaking, and that's important in sports betting. You have a team that struggled through the playoffs. It was the opposite during the season. So I'm just going to stay away from it. I have 5 plays. I've got the San Francisco team total over. I got 10.5 for the first half. I'm seeing 12.5 now. I think they can't play. I know they can't play from behind. I don't care that last week they came back. Still Brock Purdy. It's still not what they did. Look what happened last time. They couldn't hold on to a lead a few years ago, and they basically have a very similar team, I think. So Shanahan has to have the right script. They have to score on their first drive. I think they score, 13 points in the first half. That's my first bet. I also think it's going to be run heavy. These are obvious plays because KC's got the 4th best passing defense, but they've got the 17th best rushing defense as far as opponents' yards. That's the way you're going to get to him. CMC is there. His numbers are always high. It doesn't matter. He hit some 91.5 is what I got. I also got a touchdown prop, but I didn't take his any time. I didn't want to parlay it with anything. So I took his first TD, method of TD, his first TD by rushing, plus 100. So he just has to get a rushing TD the first time he scores. Right?
Yeah, it's better than looking at or just one TD for him because that would be
like minus 200 or
something.
Yeah, 280 or something. Yeah.
So him to get a thing would be great.
He's better. I think his better chances of getting a rushing touchdown than a receiving touchdown.
Yeah, it's a 3-way bet actually. It's on FanDuel. It's either no touchdown, receiving, or rushing.
There you go.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
No touchdown.
Brock Purdy 12.5 yards over. I heard a lot of people are on that too. But another thing with this passing defense is they're number 4 in opponents' pass completions. That means their defensive backfield is covering. They're not open, and that means a lot of scrambling, busted plays. And then they're number 1 in sack percentage. They sack the shit out of people. So it's a recipe for the quarterback to get squirrely.
Yeah.
And then the final play is one I've never seen before. I took it. It's creative, and it's not something I usually do. I'm kind of straightforward like Sean. But it's total. It's on FanDuel. Total combined players to get a carry on San Francisco, 4.5. The overs plus 132.
I heard about that one. Yeah. I heard about that one. Yeah, that's not a bad one.
They actually have 6 guys that can do it. Juwan Jennings, people don't think of. They think of everyone else, and he's got a couple carries this year. So
we have a celebrity. He was just on Radio Row this week. Detroit Lenny.
What the hell?
Yeah, what's happening?
He was at Sports Rage with our guy Gabe Morrissey.
Yeah,
I was gonna say Gabe one. I know he was flying to Jersey though.
I had to put pants on, man. It was horrible.
He sent me a picture. He's like, I want to go like this. He looked like a freaking like an Irish immigrant off the boat with this crazy
Okay,
suit
first of all, it
on.
was a pair of jeans, a white T-shirt. It was a 3/4 length black fur coat. Okay, over the white T-shirt, and I had this hat on. And I'm like, listen, this is what I was gonna just go in. I'm like, I bought the coat for like $40 off Amazon for a Halloween gift, and I wear it all the time. I mean, it was cold in Vegas the last couple of days, so gotta protect the
some
merchandise.
rain over there.
What are you guys up
got
to?
for us?
Sorry,
Got
I'm late,
anything?
by the way.
No, listen. I sent out things. I'm like, I just randomly sent. I said, if anybody wants to pop in, pop in. I don't know. I should have sent one over to our guy. Well, I sent one to Tooch. A couple other people.
Tooch is out with the family today.
I was gonna do maybe like Wine Time or Guns or those guys. Razor like those pub guys. But I know a lot of them do other shows, so I didn't want to just come in and be like, oh, it's a Saturday night. I don't know people going out like you. I know.
Right.
Like I didn't send one to Mike, Dave, because I know he's got his thing. I sent one to the Earls, sent one to Jesse, but again, I don't know what time it is on his side of the flat Earth.
I think the Super Bowl is over with for Jesse.
Yeah,
it's played already over there, right? He's on.
I don't know. Yeah, he's like 12 hours ahead or something.
Tell him to give us the winners.
Yeah, he already knows what's going on. That's I'm telling you. And check out
George,
I guess.
Karlaftis under a quarter sack.
Who the heck is that? What team is he for?
I don't
know.
He's
on Niners. Or no, he's Chiefs. He's Chiefs, I think.
Under a quarter sack?
I think he's a Chiefs guy. Listen, I got a lock prop.
Oh,
I'm calling it.
I'm out of here.
No, listen to me. Dave, you're gonna love this shit. This is right up our alley.
Okay, go ahead.
Now listen, it's -120. Yes or no? It
depends what it is. I don't know.
Right, yeah. How many
never fails.
Elvis impersonators will be shown on the CBS broadcast? Over or under 2? That's the prop. 2.
Under.
I can't believe it's too low. It's too low. There's definitely this is in Vegas.
There's going to be
tell
more
me
than
you're not going to have 3 people dressed as Elvis impersonators in the crowd?
Maybe. I don't know.
Oh, come on. This is
imagine having to sweat that bad. I'm not
before halftime.
You're going to sweat that, so you're going to be paying more attention to the fucking crowd than you are to the game.
You're better off
always.
You're better off in taking the Taylor Swift. How many times they're going to say her name? Prop.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not getting that crazy. I'm on Jason Kelce.
That's even more
beer.
crazy.
Jason Kelce chugs a beer before he takes his shirt off.
Okay.
I do some fun props for the hell of it with the family. I like that. Like I let the kids pick the color of the Gatorade. My daughter won last year, purple. Turned her $5 into $45. She was very happy.
Elvis impersonators. That's where this is going.
Yeah, Elvis. Come on, Vegas, Viva.
We just lost 2 viewers. We just lost 2 viewers.
Oh, well then, you know what? They're probably fat Elvis.
They're
fans.
back.
Nobody likes.
We got people watching on there. If you're watching on the X, if you follow me, if you want to come on and give a prop out, feel free. Feel free to come on. You don't have to stay here all night. It's all right.
I'd rather take my Chiefs defensive touchdown bet 7-1.
I don't hate that. Listen,
Mike's coming in 8-2 so far.
It's a novelty prop for sure.
One of the defenses, I really feel one of the defenses is going to score, and I just feel Chiefs are likely.
I'm just reading this. It says Super Bowl Saturday, Super Bowl betting show, right? And Dave, you know this guy. He's a good guy. I like the guy.
Yeah.
Stop Gio, really? Ben Simmons?
Coming
in with Ben Simmons
shit?
props?
No.
The biggest bust ever?
My least favorite basketball player of all time. Not because of his skill or ability or anything. It's just and if you talk to Dan, our new resident Aussie, he says he did exactly what I said he did, and it's well known in his country too. They don't get paid. The athletes in Australia, when they make it, they make tons more here than they do there, and very few make it. Right? I guess that's everywhere, but it's a thing there. And he got his bag, and it was enough for him. He didn't need 100 million or 200 million or whatever. He made enough, and so he just gave up. So quit. So go away. He can't shoot the ball.
They really think he just quit?
I didn't even know he was still playing.
Yeah, he's on the
on the Nets.
The Nets.
I don't follow the NBA. I might maybe play 1 game a week. I don't bet the NBA.
No.
He's
We were
garbage.
talking about
right, Sean?
the guy averages 8 points a game. You're like, oh, he's good. He was an all-star once. Oh, you know who was in here too? Team Money was saying how he's better than Derek Coleman. I don't care that Derek Coleman made 2 All-Star teams. He's not better than Ben Simmons. Not better than.
I'll
Derek
take Muggsy Bogues over Ben Simmons.
Yeah, I'll take anyone. I'll take Mark Madsen. Remember him?
Mark Madsen,
Lakers?
Mad Dog from Stanford.
Oh.
Yeah, Mad Dog.
Yeah,
I saw
Billy
something the other
Mason.
day that like they protected him. Like I think he's LDS first of all. So he's religious.
really?
Yeah,
He's a
Yeah.
Mormon.
I'm pretty sure. But Shaq took him under his wing because he was so naive. All the other guys were out like getting chicks and staying up, and he didn't want to do it and didn't want him to be pressured into it. So like Shaq was super protective of Mark Madsen. I just saw that on a little clip the other day. Interesting.
I love Shaq ever since I saw him in Blue Chips before he got drafted.
Oh, it was a great movie.
Shaq Fu.
Well, Fu Schnickens, yeah.
Yeah.
No one knows about
These
Shaq
questions are
Fu,
culturally biased.
the Fu Schnickens.
Yeah. Great movie.
But I wouldn't say you got robbed there, Lenny, because I think Niners played well and the Lions made bad decisions. But
We played 30 minutes of football. We
Yeah.
played 30 minutes of football.
But you got robbed again because at the beginning of the playoffs, I think the playoffs don't matter in it. And I didn't give this out as a bet. I had to go on a show and give a future, and I don't do futures. So I gave Dan Campbell as coach of the year out like 4 or
I
5.
know, right?
He should have got that. He should.
I
If
feel
it
like
would-
he should have.
No shit. If the playoffs counted, he would have. It's a hands down. He has it.
Yeah, I just it is what it is. Those awards are political, you know.
You
They
know,
really are.
I know
They're
it was
all
like
about who you know and not what you know.
I
mean,
know.
You know,
Well, I
it's
know
like
it was
JJ
like,
Watt tweeting about TJ Watt, like he beats Miles Garrett in every statistical category.
Miles Garrett's still the defensive player of the year or whatever.
that was.
Yeah, like I mean, it's like
I got a problem with that one. Stefanski, though, the guy had 4 quarterbacks and still into the playoffs.
I get it. I
That's-
get it.
You,
I get it.
you can't really go whether you want to give a tie and give it to both co-winners with him and Ryans for going with a rookie quarterback to the playoffs. I'd say okay to that. That's fine. Flacco, I got a problem with Flacco winning in 5 games.
It's better than the Bills guy winning.
Well, I
God,
told him
yeah,
from day
I-
one I don't think that guy should have won. I don't care
But
that he
Mayfield
only
got it.
died. Baker should have got it. I think
He
Baker
did get it. He got it. He
Baker
got
won't
the
come back player. I thought Joe Flacco
NFC
won.
one. The NFC one.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, he did.
Yeah.
All right.
And that was, I thought, deserving. Baker
Yeah,
had
that
a
was
hell of a
deserved.
year.
Yeah.
But I was saying to myself, I was like, come back from what though?
Yeah, I mean,
Retirement? Who,
That's
Baker?
one thing I didn't understand, but I mean, he had a
From
hell
the
of
from
a
the
year.
brink of being irrelevant.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. Baker was on 3 teams last year, wasn't he? Or 2 teams?
No.
Carolina and the Rams?
When I think of comeback, it's like, okay, you were good at one point, you sucked, and then you came back.
Yeah,
That's
you died. Oh, we saw you die. I literally saw you die and come back
He
to life.
didn't,
Yeah.
So what? He didn't do anything, though.
He died. Just give it to him because he died and
No.
came back to
Oh,
life.
absolutely not. Absolutely not. I thought, I mean, that's a great story and all, God bless him, but outside of that, no.
Give them the Man of the Year award for humanitarian efforts or something.
Yeah, yeah. The comeback alive award. How about that one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Give him something.
we can call it
You
that.
survived an NFL hit.
First responders award.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
We'll call it that. I mean, those are the ones people that really deserve the
Yeah.
awards, not him, to be honest
Yep.
with you. But whatever. Yeah.
What do you think about? I grabbed a San Francisco between 7 and 10 points, 6-1, and San Francisco between 11 and 13 points at 14-1. And again, this to me is I just have to go opposite of all the Kansas City love.
I think whoever wins is going to be within 7. I think it'll be a close game.
I think it's a tight game. I know, Sean, maybe he's not 100% on teasers, but like I feel like if you take the Chiefs over to 8 points, I don't think they lose by 8 points. I don't think they win by 8 points. I just think that's right there. I think this total is right on total too. I mean, I think I really like a teaser here with Chiefs and the under, but
100%.
Kansas City to win the first quarter, San Fran to win the first half, plus 750. So you think Casey comes out, does their thing, takes like a 7-3 lead. San Fran comes back and it's 13-10 at the half, 17-14 or something.
14-10. 24 points.
I don't know. I want to do Kansas City first quarter. But at a pick 'em, it's not really
It's
a
not
shot for me there. I'd rather just pass. And I hate doing it's not really a parlay when you do these kind. I mean, to me, I consider it a parlay because it's 2 bets in one.
I can't believe you're using the word parlay come out of your
I know.
Oh my God.
know, but
Who
I got to give out some
Who
thoughts
is
here
this
for
guy?
the.
I know. He's like
For
he
the-
does
for
a
the- who's
teaser every
watching.
now and then. He's talking about parlays.
I know. You
Keyword
got to switch
come
it
out
up.
of his
People like
mouth.
this player prop. It'll be a lot of player
he's-
props if baseball
You
comes.
know he's
pretty
trying to
soon.
modernize himself.
Ugh.
Yeah,
It's
coming into
rough.
this
I
century.
I pop in Dave's show and they're all like, "Oh, we got live stuff tonight." I'm like, "All right, take Colorado State, just flat out, no in gaming, no player prop." I'm talking about Michigan State today and Kentucky, and they're like, "Oh, forget about that. We got hockey. Someone in game unders." I'm like,
Yeah, and strap racing and all that. Mexican
yeah,
soccer.
slap fighting.
I won 2 slap fight bets last night. Let's
What
go.
the hell?
I tailed. I don't know anything about it. Some guys-
Right? Yeah. I mean, listen. During COVID, for everybody say, Allie Burns, man, she was on fire with Russian table tennis, and we didn't have a whole lot to bet on in COVID, and
Yeah.
we were online degenerating sometimes and betting some Russian
What do you-
table tennis.
what do you think it is?
Listen, you don't know these guys. There's no whatever, and we're just blindly following for.
If you like the under, you got to agree with
action.
this. San Fran first quarter team total under 3.5 points.
In other words, they don't get a touchdown. I mean,
No, I don't know.
I'm all for a slow start for the
to me,
Niners.
you're forcing a play when you play that. You're forcing it because they can easily get a touchdown. Easily.
Yeah.
I like a defensive or special teams touchdown. It was
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
it defensive or special teams touchdown is plus 205. Again,
Just
I
do
don't know,
defense. You're going to get.
I don't know what the
7-1.
implied numbers are to that, but I look at that 205 and it just looks way short for something that's
That's what I'm saying.
Mahomes,
Just
who hasn't thrown an interception,
screw the
and
special
Purdy.
teams.
Purdy can throw a pick, but taking it back to the house is, I don't know. Are they thinking special teams touchdown because Kansas City lines up for a field goal, it gets blocked and scoop in the score? although that's just a 2-pointer, it's not a touchdown. But what are we thinking? And why just 205 for that number? Again, I think it's low.
Yep.
I don't know.
I think that there's no value in that. There's not no value. Just because you added
Oh,
special
I-
teams in there, you can just take defense and get 7-1.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, you can have your special teams prop. I'll take my defense.
Yeah, I agree with you.
7-1, 2-1,
7-1 just for
2-1.
defensive.
2-1. You get more value on taking an IUPOI money line.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. That's what I'm trying to say. I'll take an IUPOI before a special teams prop.
Jesse Shule brought this up yesterday, and I can't believe I missed it because I had this last year and I loved it for the Eagles, and it was minus a 140 or 160 or something. San Francisco over 1.5 rushing TDs is plus 170.
Really?
And I was talking to Anthony before you guys came on, and I said the Kelsey's numbers are 74, and then you get to 80s, it's plus money from receiving yards, and he's the prime target. How are you telling me that they're not going to score 2 rushing TDs with CMC?
I think that's a good bet.
They might pass one to him. I mean, what's more value?
Yeah.
CMC 2+ touchdowns or that one?
Well, CMC 2 touchdowns, any 2 touchdowns is 2-1.
Okay.
That is 2-1. I have a bunch of 2-1, a bunch of 2 touchdown props here. CMC's $2, Pacheco's $3.50, Kelsey's $4, Debo $6.50.
Then you might
And
as well
any-
take the any person because then you got more variety. Purdy could do a sneak at the 1 yard line.
Well, that's why Mahomes at plus 350 for an anytime touchdown.
Or use check, which you spelled wrong.
That's it.
But
Use check. That's it. That's
Yeah,
how you.
that's the way I use check. That's the way.
That's how he says it. So that's how he spelt it.
That's how
Sean,
I
you
spelled
say
it.
everything so
Use
off that you
check.
screwed me up. I couldn't even. I was like, I can't even
I
remember.
can't spell it either. I just know that's wrong.
Use
Yeah,
the check.
that's-
Yeah, it's got a Y
Right,
in
yeah, I
it.
have no idea either.
Yeah, that's
How about
definitely
Dave?
wrong.
It's got a Y. It's CZYK, but
We
use
get
check.
that.
I'm easy enough to.
Yeah, there's a Z in there. I
Yeah.
know there's a Z and a Y in there.
It's
And I
it's
think they're
I think
together.
it's ZCZYK, I guess is how you spell it, or CK at the
Yeah.
end. Or no, just a straight up K. I don't know.
We get it.
Something like that. And then
I
got
parlayed Pachenko and McCaffrey anytime touchdowns for plus 170. That
And
was
again, this is me
and
thinking
just one. I just need one from each of them, and I thought that was like that's like my probably.
What do you
the only
think of these
parlay I
crazy
have
ones?
That's not a
so
bad
far.
one. That's not. I mean, you figure McCaffrey will definitely get a touchdown.
He's gonna
if
get
you
something.
think
And Pacheco, I mean, I'd be surprised if he doesn't get one.
Exactly.
So, I mean,
I thought
that's
that was
good.
good money, and
That's good.
I got
if
that.
you
at,
think all hell's going to
DraftKings.
break loose, any player 150 receiving yards plus 725 plus 125 is 290. So if you think there's a Cooper Cup going to explode here, whether it's Samuel having a big day or Kels having a big day,
I don't see it in that game. I don't see it in this game.
I think it's a grind. Like I mean, this game we might see like over.
You will need an 80-yard touchdown pass for that to happen. For that to
I
catch.
know.
Maybe, yeah.
That's.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't know.
Again, you pull up these numbers, any player 150 rush yards. Again, people think it's going to be a low scoring, grind out, milk the clock kind of game. You got two backs that are pretty good, defenses that can give up a chunk play on the ground. I mean, I said the last 2 weeks against Detroit and Green Bay, San Fran has given up 40, 50-something yard rushings. So
Right.
a 150 for Pacheco, you can't tell me it's not a possibility if he breaks one for 40, another one for 20. He's got 2 rushes for 72 yards.
well,
This is in
Detroit's running
play.
game is, I mean, outstanding. It's hard to compare. I mean, you're not stopping Detroit's running game. I don't care who you are, but
Let's just look
Yeah.
at it this way. I put these up here
I wish
just
I
to
would
say,
have remembered
if
that
you
for the
think
last
it's
half
going
of
to
the Niners game.
be an over and under, the sheer number, the size of these 725, 650s, and yet the total still sitting at 47.5. Right, it hasn't moved down, just like the game itself. Like I think it's an under game, I do, but will I be shocked if it's an over game? Not particularly. But I look at these numbers between the receiving props, the crazy things like this when we ladder up guys' totals and just any player totals. Why does this game look like it's going to end 23-20?
it could finish 23-20.
I mean, any kind of big offensive number is a big payday. Ayuk, 208. And you could go through. There's so many of these.
There's a lot.
And again, we could roll in every. I just chose a bunch. There could be more. I know people want to see pretty over rushing yards. We got Mahomes over rushing attempts, and
I like Kittle over 46.5 rushing or receiving yards.
it's up to 49.5. You got a good number.
I got it at 46.5.
Yeah, that's 49.5. I think.
I bet this a while ago, a week or so ago.
I got a 49.5.
Yeah.
Like even Pacheco, 66.5 yards rushing. Does that seem for a guy who's got over 20 carries the last 3 weeks? Somebody
Up to
24, 18,
68.
24?
Up to 68.5 now.
Dang.
Which I don't think it'll matter. I think he gets 80 plus, to be honest with you. As long as they
I think
continue
so
to
too.
stick with the run, as long as they stick with the run, he's gonna run wild.
Like I kind of parlayed that with Christian McCaffrey anytime touchdown, and then an alternate over was over 44.5, and that's plus 330. So I thought that was a nice little alternate kind of.
You know, one thing I will say, I'd laugh if McCaffrey does not get a rushing touchdown,
Dude,
receiving touchdown, just because everybody on the planet
my
is doing
goodness.
a rushing touchdown.
That'll, people's parlays will go up in flames because
Oh
that
my
is just an
God.
auto in everybody's thing. CMC, it's
Yep.
just
I'll tell you what,
How's he-
the books. Here's how the books make money. The books make money if the Niners win, cover, and he doesn't score.
How about he breaks one for 46 yards and he's kind of winded. They pull him out and they run a Usex or Elijah Mitchell up the gut. He breaks a tackle, gets in from 6 yards out, first touchdown of the game. Elijah Mitchell.
He's got 150 yards, no touchdowns.
Play action. Who's the backup? Who's the backup tight end for Kansas City? Tight end number 2, or not Kansas City, for San Fran.
Oh God,
I don't
who's
even
his-
know.
No.
I know Kittle. That's all I know.
Yeah,
that's my
right.
team.
Play action fake. Everybody goes left to looks like it's Kittle. He throws across his body to like the backup.
That's when
backup tight ends.
you'll see all the Photoshop tickets on Twitter. Then
Oh, absolutely.
oh, I had $100 on this. I had $500 on this.
right.
Yeah, okay, buddy.
Yeah.
I think I said this, and again,
Charlie
I
Warner
blame Dave.
is George Kittle's backup. Charlie
6th
Warner.
round draft pick from
I blame Dave and Nerd Talk and Mike POD for these. I did a Watson 17 yards, Gray 12 yards, and Mahomes over 4.5 rushes. A hundo parlay for $7.
There you go.
Jesus.
That's more of a Mike thing than me, but
Everything.
Well, I
looks
blame you
sounds
because
good
I
except
came
for
into
the
your
Noah
show. It's
Gray.
like
yeah, I
it's
feel
like
you.
when Jimmy's like, "Hey, Sean, you want to come into our live betting show one night?" And all of a sudden, it's like, "Oh, let's grab this under here," and it's. I'm like, "Don't do it. It's bad. Bad things are happening, Jimmy. Don't do this." And of course, we lost. Terrible. You guys are
All
bad influences.
we are.
Look that out, guys.
I got I got to mention how you're a bad influence, Anth. This guy's
I
like,
am
"Oh,
a bad influence. I got you.
hey,
the
listen, you gotta
$1,000
go get
on
these.
J-Rod
You gotta go get
stuff.
these 2021 Donruss cards, man. They're fabulous. Look at these things.
2022.
Was it 2022? Whatever it was.
Don't do 2021. That's your Joe Adele era.
What was the Acuna, like the bomb ones? What was it those called? They were the
I don't remember.
cartoon ones. They had the cartoon cards. They looked
That
really
was
awesome.
Donruss I think it was, maybe it was Bomb. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever it was. Thanks for that. Yeah. Right into the
Anytime,
trash.
buddy. Anytime. At least
Right
I
to
didn't
the
load up on Series 1 this year.
Right into the fire pit. Take it easy, man.
Have a good one, guys.
See you,
Take
bud.
care.
Freaking Series 1 baseball cards. Anyway, what other ones do I have here that I didn't mention? I got the CMC. MVP is plus 450. I don't know. Possibility there. I don't know.
I'm kind of all over the place with just some random props. I mean, here and there, it depends on who, I'm kind of the kind of guy that, if I think the Niners are going to win, I'm going to spray the kind of board that side. If I think the Chiefs are going to win, I'm going to spray that way. So I think the Chiefs are going to win this game, but I'm not very comfortable on the side. So I'm kind of propping accordingly to middle the shit out of this stuff. I don't know if that makes sense.
I mean, it's still sitting at 2s, right? One and a half. I see some 1.5 now.
Yeah, there's a
Couple
1.5
popping up.
FanDuel. Caesars has 1.5, but it was 2. It got up to 2.5 there for a moment.
I mean, everybody. Why do I feel everybody's going to come in on KC tomorrow? It's all KC. I mean, I haven't heard.
I
anything
hate
about
that
the Niners.
everybody loves Kansas City.
Everybody loves them. The line hasn't moved, and I'm not a big split guy in this and that, especially when there's one game on the board.
Right.
I don't know. I'm for the Niners tomorrow, and not just because Dave's here. The Kansas City side just looks way too easy.
I want to bet. I want to feel good about the Niners. I really do. It's just that I feel experience is going to come through at the end, and I think Andy Reid over Kyle.
Definitely.
That's kind of my thought right there. And I mean, on paper, the Niners are top to bottom the most complete team in the NFL. I really believe that. Better than the Baltimore Ravens on the defensive side of the ball for sure. Just as a whole for sure. But on the defensive side, Baltimore, you could make that argument that the Ravens defense is better, but I think the Chiefs defense overall is a little bit better.
I want to say that their comeback last week or 2 weeks ago kind of has me believing, like the team believes in itself. Shanahan's probably got a little, you know what? We can do this. Like, it's not, all right, I might have made a mistake in other games, but this game, we're good. Obviously all the pressure. Normally the pressure's on the team going for back-to-back championships, right? That would be the pressure. Look at this. We're going for back-to-back. All the pressure's on us.
Yeah.
I don't think there's an ounce of pressure on a team that played in a wild card game.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's a 2-point
I don't
dog.
think Kansas City has no pressure. Like they just bent. Like if they lose this game, they're still going to say, I won this many out of this many years in the last 10 years. It's still relevant kind of thing. This doesn't tarnish anybody's career in Kansas City.
They went on
where
the road and won 2
a lot of
playoff
pressure
games,
on
and
San Francisco.
yeah, the pressure's all on San Fran here,
Mhm.
which is crazy when you think about it. Like, what
But I
team
don't
going for
like to
back to back doesn't have pressure on it?
Yeah, but you see Andy Reid, you know the coach Andy Reid is. You see his stats when he has a week to prepare or extra week to prepare, all that stuff.
31-7.
Yeah. And then Monday, O'Shanahan's out here at the clubs, hammered all over local TV, hammered. Like shit-faced hammered the day before he does media stuff. And I get it. He's a younger guy. Him and Andy Reid probably don't party the same way. Andy Reid was at In-N-Out all night, probably eating burgers.
Yeah, but you know what?
You know what I
He's
mean? But like, it's a
big comeback. You
mentality.
needed
I
to
don't think
win.
Shanahan's in the right frame.
And let's be honest, as bad as that looked, I mean, they came back and nearly covered a 10 spot.
Yeah.
Nearly covered 10.
I just I think I'm rooting for San Francisco. I kind of am. But I just think experience in the end is going to win this game. And I think there's a lot of opportunity where you can prop bet this game, probably in play this game in different sides, and probably be on both sides at the end and win. I mean, I think if you're doing a teaser and you're teasing the over or the total, I think you could tease this game up, and I think you could tease it over. And I think you could tease it down and under. I think it's going to middle right there about that 47-48 range. I think that number is spot on for the total.
Yeah. Well, again, I haven't played it. I don't know if I am. Maybe, again, it might be an in-game kind of spot for me. Last time they played, I was on the under in that one, and I
know you're not a big in-game bettor, but you're gonna bet.
Yeah, but it's different because I'm not. Yeah, because I'm not an in-game, because I'm not sitting around watching games all the time. Like,
right, but this one's different. Obviously, it's
a Super Bowl I'd watch. Like, obviously, it's maybe a March Madness game if I'm watching it. Like, I have to watch. I can't just see a couple scores come across. Like, I got to jump in. They're giving me plus 750. I got to get in on this underdog in NBA. I don't do that. It's
no
playoff game if I'm going to be watching.
I play a lot of hockey. I like him playing hockey.
Like, you know what I mean? I'm in AC at the fan cave watching the game. It's easy. I'm sitting there. Let's go.
MGM was nice. Grand.
I enjoyed the fan. I thought about going back for the fan cave this year.
Walking. That's all.
I got a bunch of trips planned coming up this month. It's like a lot of things to go on. But
it's fair.
All right, we're coming up on an hour. We're gonna wrap this puppy up, put a bow on it. Let Dave roll on to his next show. Let Lenny.
Dave's probably got 4 shows lined up tonight.
Well, I have 2 I can go on. I'm only going to go on Mike's. The UFC show for PSR. I didn't study, and I don't want to. They're all UFC guys, so.
Right? Yeah.
Well, not even study. I usually don't study, but I don't feel like betting UFC today. Actually, there's so much other fucking shit going on.
Right.
I'm going to get more action in college basketball. I just put a prop in for NBA. I
got a bloodbath college basketball today. I had Gardner Webb loser, TCU loser, Lemoyne loser, Kentucky loser, North Dakota State loser, win by 2, laying 3. I got Michigan State's my only winner, and I got 5 other games going right now.
I haven't won a game today.
Miami lost, right? They didn't cover, I bet.
We need more action. We've been so hot, it doesn't matter. We can afford a day.
Look at this. This is how my day is going right here. I get a push on Miami plus 3. I lost North Dakota State laying 3. They win by 2. Unbelievable.
Wow.
Unbelievable. And I thought, what was that? Well, whatever. I'm out of here. You guys please do, by the way. We're gonna end the show.
I was like, all right, thanks.
Follow Detroit Lenny. Picks from Dave. I'm sure people already know picks from Dave, Detroit Lenny, anyway, because we do a lot of cross shows. But if you haven't followed him, give him a follow. Good stuff. Good seeing you guys. Good luck in the Super Bowl.
Appreciate you.